Barefoot runners, you had a good run. But the big boys are taking over. From barely there to maximum cushioning. Which extreme is best when it comes to running shoes? We're taking action for you tonight by taking that question to some local experts. John is a runner looking for a new pair of shoes.
A light shoe, a thin sole.
Minimalist or barefoot shoes dominated the conversation in recent years. Barbara Morris with the USF Department of Orthopedics and Sports Medicine explains why.
There's a lot of research on the minimalist shoe. The idea was that's how we walk. Some research says that it's good and that it didn't increase injuries or that it prevented some injuries. And then there are other research that says that maybe it helped with our knees, but it might have put more pressure on our Achilles tendon.
So good and bad. In the past few months, these fat-soled running shoes hit the market. Big, colorful versions of Grandma's orthopedic shoes. There isn't much research to study yet.
Fat-soled shoe just means there's a large midsole to the shoe, just means there's a lot of cushioning to the shoe. Now, the whole purpose behind lots of cushioning is that it's a little bit easier on your joints, your muscles when you're running.
But Morris warns,
you've got a really thick bottom shoe, so common sense would tell us if our foot is raised off the ground, we have a greater chance possibly of turning our ankle.
So how do you know what you need? Morris says base your decision on the type of foot you have and the way you run.
And this is not a running shoe, but if you could see the grooves, see how I wear on the outside of my heel and on the outside of my shoe.
She says she wouldn't want a shoe that rolls her to the outside farther. So how do you get to know your foot?
Obviously, seeing a podiatrist or a foot specialist is probably the most accurate way.
Or go to a running store where your gait can be analyzed and experts can help you figure out whether you need less or more cushioning. And by the way, these big boys aren't cheap, from $120 to $175 a pop. And just know that the more cushion, the higher the price. And most name brands are now making these fat-bottomed versions.